after seeing a lot of the reactions to the Shadur Sanders draft, I had to do this. I just saw some comments that were all over the place by black people. So my message is that we're not hopeless and we're not helpless. True enough, probably any one of us aren't as rich as an NFL owner, but believe it or not, we're one of the largest economies in the world. Just blacks in America, if you combine their wealth or earning capacity, you're talking about $1 trillion. That's more than most nations, some nations that have militaries. So look, we're not helpless and we're not hopeless. I heard people saying, if he was brash, he's 20 years old. Were you brash at 20? Look, give the young man time to do whatever he does. But I'm sorry if his confidence rattles your insecurities. That's not Shadur Sanders' problem. That might be somebody else's problem. So look, I'll never forget one of my favorite books of all time in the Miseducation of the Negro. Carter G. Woodson lays out the roadmap of how other communities come to the black community and serve these underserved communities with maybe peanut carts or food stands, things that we think is so bottom of the line. And he writes how these people from other communities build generational wealth right in our ghettos. So look, we're not helpless. We're not hopeless. And if you say, well, they're millionaires, why are you worrying about a millionaire's business? If it can happen to him, it can happen to your son. And because he's got money, does that mean that you don't speak up against wrong? The Bible says, speak in season and out. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Cry loud and spare not. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So look, we're not helpless and we're not hopeless. Look, maybe sooner or later, we'll discover that one of the greatest enemies of African Americans, black people in America, is our thinking. Yes, we were conditioned, we were trained, we were given false concepts and false hopes and destructive trains of thought. But look, we're not helpless and we're not hopeless. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner that we can blossom. Just had to do it. We're not in a box. The young man is 20 and he's already watched his success. It's amazing if his success challenges your insecurities. And maybe some of us need to get a little more confident. Black confidence isn't a sin. I'm going to say it one more time. Black confidence isn't a sin. But I just had to give a general message that we're not helpless and we're not hopeless.